My Hero Academia has ended pretty recently, with the final chapters receiving much criticism and mockery for weeks now. Now, I would love to make a video about this ending, but obviously that's not what this video is about. I wanted to talk about a specific panel that bugged me. The final double page panel really annoyed me. Do you notice anything wrong with this page? How the fuck did everyone in Class 1A become a pro hero? There is no way in hell that half of these guys became successful heroes. You mean to tell me that Mineta is a top ranking hero and he didn't get Me Too'd? Not a single girl from his class posted a Twitter thread or a YouTube video exposing him? I don't believe it. Horikoshi expects us to believe that Mineta and a lot of the other classmates passed the hero exam. There is no logical way that the tape guy got into UA legitimately. He has to be some trust fund kid or he blackmailed the principal into getting in. Some of the characters here are genuine nobodies that have 2 minutes of screen time in the entire series. Have you ever heard a My Hero fan go, "Man, I can't wait for Sugar Man to show up and save the day. That's my favorite character"? I don't think so. If you're going to fill the class with bums that are just going to take up space, at least give him a cool superpower, not diabetes. I absolutely despise it when TV shows have characters that don't do anything and serve zero purpose. Even shows that I enjoy have a character or two that are dead weight. An example of this being the Z Fighters from Dragon Ball, specifically Chaozu. Now, people love to shit on Yamcha, but people will easily overlook this little goober. He's arguably even more useless.
Chaozu has become not only one of the most reliable allies of Tien, but all of the Z Fighters.
Reliable my ass. Think about it. When was the last time Chaozu did anything relevant? It was back in the Saiyan Saga when Chaozu kamikazed himself to protect everyone else. But that shit didn't even do anything. Nigga had a dramatic ass explosion just for Nappa to laugh that weak shit off. Look at Nappa's armor. There's 0 damage. Bro had one mission and couldn't fulfill it. This is like if the 9/11 hijackers took over the plane and missed the Twin Towers. Osama would have been ashamed of this fake ass Pokemon. Nobody even knows what Chaozu is. He's stated to be human, but that doesn't make any sense at all. He's as old as Goku and Krillin, but he doesn't physically age. Is he an alien? Is he a vampire? Is he a demon? Is he gay? His entire existence is kind of a mystery. All we really know about him is that he loses his tournament fight against Krillin because he's too brain dead to count, and he hangs out with Tien. Hell, Tien is fodder for villains too. They're really a duo of bums. They had Tien go from a rival to Goku to him struggling against literal randoms. In the Tournament of Power, Tien is fighting Bootleg Blanca. He creates multiple clones of himself. He then runs around in the open like a dumbass so his clones get packed. Bootleg Blanca blows up the ground underneath him and Tien gets eliminated. But boom, plot twist, Tien has been hiding more clones and they eliminate Blanca. Why did Tien let his real body get eliminated? Why didn't he hide like the other backup clones and let them do all the work? Is he mentally impaired? Did he ride the short bus as a kid? I can see why him and Chaozu are friends. Well, I don't really know why Chaozu's always with him. Are they roommates? Are they cousins? Are they gay? And it's not like Tien gets treated better in Z. In the Saiyan Saga, he uses all of his life force in his Kikoho attack. He literally dies because the attack is too much for him to handle. But it does literally nothing. I see people hype up Tien here, but this is a complete anti-feat. Then he's dead for most of the Frieza Saga until he gets revived. But in the Buu Saga, he pulls up hitting some monk pose like he's about to do some shit. He blasts Buu with the Kikoho. And Buu deadass finds that shit hilarious. He can't even take Tien seriously. Tien doesn't even actually fight him. Buu's lower half, like his literal feet, kicks Tien and he gets knocked out. I'm serious. He doesn't get up after. He's straight up dreaming. People say Tien never backs down from a fight and he always tries his best against people way stronger than him. Well, he clearly didn't want to fight Buu anymore. If the two weren't going to do anything in the series, why revive them? They were better off just being dead. It's very common for characters like Tien, who were actual threats in the beginning to become complete fodder. The same thing happens to the ninja teams in Naruto Shippuden. In the original Naruto anime, the Konoha 13 were built up to be dependable allies, but after the post-time skip, most of them don't even do anything meaningful. Kishimoto pretty much decided that if you weren't an Uchiha or a tailed beast, you're not getting any plot relevance. Take Neji for example. Neji has two important fights, his fight with Naruto and then his fight against Kidomaru. Fast forward to the 4th grade ninja war. Notice how we're already near the end of the series. Neji's screen time is spent fighting fodder. This is already a bad sign. If you're fighting the main character at the beginning of the series and then you're fighting fodder by the end of it, you're practically cooked. Neji finally gets to do something important after a couple hundred episodes. He fights off the Ten Tails. Neji sees that Naruto and his sister are going to get attacked. Kishimoto remembers, wait a minute, Neji isn't an Uchiha, so he kills him off. Neji dies to a literal stick. Like, I'm not exaggerating. He literally gets killed by a wood branch. The entire scene doesn't make any sense. Hinata, who is weaker than Neji by the way, uses a air palm to break the wood. Why doesn't Neji just do that? He doesn't even really try. He's just like, fuck this, I'm killing myself. As tragic as Neji's downfall is, it's not as depressing as Rock Lee's. Everybody loves Lee. I love Lee. He's one of my favorite characters. He has one of the greatest anime fights, period. Not even just in Naruto. But I gotta be honest with you, how they treated Lee was just brutal. Rock Lee's tragedy is a story about genetic determinism. He gets severely bullied at school for not being able to do any ninjutsu, but despite all of that, he dedicates his life to training. Because of his lifelong training, Lee is able to violate Gaara. Like he's playing ping pong with Gaara's dome. Gaara is fucking fearing for his life, like he's literally shitting his pants. So he's like,
I'm about to end this man's whole career.
Boom. Just like that, it's over for Lee. He's outside the hospital incapacitated, but he still tries to do some push-ups. After everything, he still wants to train because he wants to be as skilled of a ninja as everyone else. I was like 12 when I saw this shit, and I was dead ass bawling, bro. Like I was genuinely crying. He really didn't deserve that shit. The next time we see Lee, he has a cool comeback scene after he gets his surgery, but his time to shine gets interrupted. Gaara pulls up and cucks him out of his moment. The rest of the series, Lee basically gets to do nothing. He just gets forgotten and he has to fight fodder like everyone else. You want to know why? Because all Kishimoto does is glaze the Sharingan, glaze the Rinnegan, glaze the Senju, and glaze the Tailed Beast. Lee doesn't surpass Gaara, he doesn't surpass Neji, and he doesn't even get any bitches, bro. He has a son, but there's no bitches to be found. How do you have a son with no bitches? Almost every other ninja of the Konoha 13 just become glorified background characters. Shikamaru is an exception because he actually has a really good arc. Choji is a fodder fiend. If you need somebody to fight fodder, Choji's your guy. The only thing Ino does is have one of the worst fights in the show and sleep with Sai. Shino and Kiba are bums and they have a total of 3.5 fans. Hinata just wants Naruto to love her the way he loves Sasuke. Tenten is literally just there to breathe. Like, she's just there for the ride.
And Sakura, she has no titties, no